say this at first. Last week I gave you a small example. I think the top of that sheet gave you an idea of the usage of the present tense in both singular and plural forms of a verb to know. And it's real simple actually, but we look at it, we kind of think it might be real hard to get, but it really isn't. And once we learn the basic form of the verb, the rest of them will come pretty easy, because it'll be the same for every verb that we use, the format. And now this is, like I said, I didn't want to get you guys upset by saying that there are other forms of this same verb, but there are, and you can't avoid it. Eventually, we'll probably just take a look at some of them, that the usage of the verb to know. I think there's about 2 more other forms that are even more, for that matter, as you speak, and it's understood in the context of what you're saying. But this is the basic format for the verb to know when you're conjugating its usage, and both the singular and plural forms. And we have by the way, that looks big, but the present tense and past tense are the same. They're exactly the same. Like if you're talking about it now or you're talking about the past, the form, the words are exactly the same. It's like you're saying, I know, and somebody said, somebody was telling you something, so-and-so got sick in the hospital, you say, I know it. That's past tense, I know. Yeah, I know, at least you'll say, I know, I heard about that already, so I know. And so the form is exactly the same for both the present and past tense. The forms are used. So it's understood in the context of what you're talking about, or the subject matter, what you're talking about. It's exactly the same. And it's not really that hard once you get the knowledge of it. But you have to learn the ends of them, like I was telling you. Take, for instance, start with the past participle. The word is idapahan. Idapahan minke. I have known. Well, that minke is always on the end of that past participle. It's always going to be on other verbs too. Like if you say I work, the word for work is wadito, and you'd say wadito minke, I worked. Or sing, the word for sing is wow, to sing, or you'd say wow minke, I was singing, I have sung. And so you'll find the ending of each one of these verbs like that. They're like mike, nike, and zinke. They're always going to be the same on the end of the verb. Then you go down here to the next one, and you got dinke, and date, and taka, and so on. Those are always going to be with a verb, and it'll tell you what tense you're talking in and what you're talking about. But I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time with it. I just want to remind you that if you look at those endings, they're all going to be the same on every verb that we use. But anyway, our concern, of course, is reading and pronunciation. Okay, let's see how well we can read. Yeah, good. Ishbahan. Yeah, ishbahan. And then they know. Yeah, Bahama. Okay, let's go on down to past tense. Again, it's going to be the same. I knew Idapahan. Just say Idapahan. Idapahan. You knew Ishbahan. Yeah, Ishbahan. Okay, next. I'll tell you how to do it. We're going to get to that. Maybe I should have done it first. But we'll go ahead and, I'm going to go back to this after a while, the pronunciation. And I think it took me a little while to figure it out. But now here's what I was going to suggest. And if you guys could take a look at it. You look at the acute accent. Now that's the one that's leaning to the right. If you just simply pronounce that one strong. And the other one just kind of, I'll just do it like this, like you say, baha. Just say it like that, baha. Yeah, it helps you to understand it a little bit better, pronunciation a little bit better, baha. Yeah, baha. It's kind of like that, you know. It makes it, I think you can get that idea once you see that accent. Once you see the accent over the vowel and you pronounce it like that, just say it louder. That's what you need to do. Maybe I'll put it like that. Just say it louder. That will help you pronounce it. Yeah, there you go. You sound like an old Indian now. Okay, Otis.
On that behind.
Yeah, good. Sky. Okay, Sarah. Yeah, there, see, now you sound like an old lady. Okay, now we'll go on down to past tense. Remember now, this one is past tense. You got the singular form on the left and the plural form on the right. He, she, it, knows, has known. Yeah, behind the K. Okay, next. That's it, it's kind of hard. Behind Ponca. Let's hear it. On va behind Ponca. There you go. On behind Ponca. We have known. Okay, ish behind Nonka. Ish behind Nonka. Yeah, everybody. Ish behind Nonka. Yeah, ish behind Nonka. You have known, talking to all of you guys. Ish behind Nonka. Eat behind Nonka. It helps you pronounce it correctly, you know, when you pronounce it hard. Eat behind Nonka. Just go ahead and say it loud like that, and then it comes out even. Okay, then we jump up there to future tense. Remember, that was past, you know, everybody knew about it. And then I will know. Yeah. And then the next one, ishbahan date. Yeah. If it's got a little I after the A, it's ha, but this one don't have no I behind it, it's just on. So, ishbahan date. Yeah, ishbahan date. Okay, very good. And the next one, ibahan daka. And then future, plural on the future tense. We will know. Allah behind daite. Allah behind daite. And now, ish behind daite. Ish behind daite. And then they will know. Yeah, behind dama. Yeah, good. And then we jump over here to the future perfect tense. I will have known. What about the word kiss? It's iakigre. The word for kiss is iakigre. But if you were putting that in a future perfect tense, you'd say iakigre tamike. I'm going to have kissed him. Iakigre. See, that it applies to any verb you got in the English language. That tamike, it's going to be at the end of it. And even to walk, mani tamike, I will walk. Read, alade tamike. Just put any verb in front of it. Eat, walate tamike. So that means we're going to eat at noon hour, you know, walate tamike. And then about we, that's over here on our right side, we'd say on walate tamike, dongaton rather. Over there, that we will eat at noon. All right, so you will have known. Ishbahantanike. You will have known. Okay, then he, she, it will have known. Ibahantaka. Okay, next, let's see. We will have known. I already done that one for you. You should be able to do it. Yeah, you know, I couldn't figure that one out in my younger days. We will have known. I knew the word all along, but when I started writing them down, I couldn't write it down, and boy, and I couldn't remember the word. And then I remembered, oh, bahon tangata. And that was fascinating to me, that tongaton. But so I'm going to remember that for all the plural form of the future tense. I'm not going to forget it. Oh, bahon tangata. And like, I'm going to go eat, but when I do go eat, I'm going to remember that, Say, say we were going to eat, we will have eaten, and then we'll go to the meeting. That's the way it is. That's a past plural, okay, future tense. It hasn't happened yet. That's what it is. We will have eaten. All right, but in this case, we're talking about we will have known. All right. Okay, and then next. Once you get used to those diacritics, and it's really simple. But be that as that may be, I would like for you to carry away something that's going to mean something. And so I thought we would do some pronunciation and spelling. Now these words here are almost spelled alike. If you take a look at that, they're almost spelled alike, and the pronunciation are real similar, but meanings are completely different. And so this exercise, I'd like for us to try to pronounce these words correctly and recognize the spelling too, and where the diacritics are. And it's unfortunate that our language is like that, because I talked about you guys about ulashte. So that's the difference between those two there, and they're spelled the same letters, but the diacritics are in different places. One is ulashte. That means you had some leftover and you're taking it home. But ulashte is something that's left on a table and it's still good, and so you can eat that if you want to eat it. And I don't mean, that's not just food. Ulashte means left over. Actually, what is left over? That could be at a garage sale. I used to tease my cousin Bernadine. I said, y'all get the best things. I said, and whatever's left over, ulashte. I said, I'll have to go over and try to buy some at the garage sale. But anyway, it could be anything. All right, that's just an example, but we'll take a look at this first one, and we're going to learn how to pronounce them also. So look at your diacritics. And we're going to start with first, bahonga, and then arise, bahonga. You can see the difference? Bahonga and bahonga. Yeah. And now we go down to thorns. Yeah. Okay, pass it up. Like you're driving down the road and this person is driving real slow in front of you. Well, you want to pass them up. Okay, then the next one down. Let go. The stonga. Yeah, the stonga. Boy, they're fighting over there, these two little boys, and you should get them apart. He's got hold of this other one and said, the stonga. Let him go. Okay, then to softened. Okay, it's basically the same, and I made a mistake there. I'm sorry. The stop, that's the apostrophe between the A and the T. It shouldn't be there. It should be the stonga. The stonga, not the stonga, but the stonga. That means to soften. The stonga. Okay, now drink it. La tonga. La tonga means to drink it. Okay, then you got eat it. Yeah, la taga. La taga. All righty, then bother with. The heed. And then to lower. It's actually the same. the he day. I think it's a little bit more softer than the other one. The he day means you bother something, or you're tending to some mechanical thing, and you're fooling with it, trying to fix it. And then, but you say the he day, well, you're trying to lower the fan from blowing too hard, or the heat is too high, and put it down a little bit, and so on. So, but they're really close. The he day and the he day. The he day and the he day. Can you hear that? The he. I think you go a little bit harsher on the first one. You pronounce it a little harder. The he day. The he day. And the he day. I think maybe I might put a stop after that first I. It'd be a small one, the heat day. You kind of have to stop there a little bit, I would think. The heat day and the he day. They're really close anyway. They're very close, but I think I still would put a little stop after the first one, to bother. I'd put it after that, where you have your acute accent. Right after the acute accent, put a little comma after that. That will help you remember it. It's a little bit harder. The heat day. The heat day. And the other one you don't. The he day. Okay, and then we go to stop. Non-stop. Yeah, non-stop. And then lukewarm. Yeah, nashta. Yeah, nashta. Wood. They're both the same, exactly the same, Jean. But again, remember, it's just always understood in a context of what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Dans Jean, are you sleeping? Jean te nausea. Did you cut the wood? Me no mecano here. Okay, I'll let you go. We'll pick up there when we come back, and we'll try to finish up this. And that's going to be a week from now, so look them all over.